for making us a part of your Saturday afternoon. This is Weekend Central on TV3, also live on DSTV channel 279. My name is Grace Hamuajuman.
Do remember the bulletin is also streaming live across the world on Facebook at TV3 Ghana, where you can join us with your thoughts and comments. My name is Godwin Asidiba. The headlines.
Electoral Commission has said it will declare all votes cast for the late Ekwadonko in the December 7 presidential elections as rejected ballots.
Also coming up, Northern Regional Security Task Force for Election 2024 assures of its preparedness to ensure December 7 elections are peaceful.
Later in the bulletin, Menchia celebrates 100 years anniversary of the return of King Prempeh I from exile from Seychelles. We have details of these and more in the next 60 minutes. Stay with us. The bulletin begins right here, right now, from the Election Command Center, and the Electoral Commission has said that it will declare all votes cast for the late Ekwadonko in the December 7 presidential election as rejected ballots. This is contained in a press release signed by Deputy Chairman in charge of Operations Samuel Tete, dated November 22, 2024. The statement noted that in view of the fact that the image and party logo of the late Madam Ekwadonko remain on the 2024 presidential ballot paper, the Commission has decided that all votes cast in favor of her will be counted as rejected ballots. Thus, votes cast in favor of Madam Ekwadonko will not be added to the valid votes cast. The presidential candidate of the Ghana Freedom Party, Ekwadonko, passed away at Rage Hospital in Accra on Monday, October 28, after a short illness. Dr. Rashid Tanko Computer is Deputy Director of Elections for the NDC. He joins us for a conversation on this. Doc, thank you for joining us once again. The EC says it has communicated this decision to the political parties. Regulation 40 of CI 127 specifies the conditions under which a ballot may be rejected, which include lack of an official mark, failure to clearly indicate a choice, marks that could identify the voter, and voting for more than one candidate. Will this move by the EC not breach the law? And first of all, are the parties all aware of this decision by the EC?
Well, let me say good afternoon to your cherished viewers and to you yourself. Clearly, the NDC, we have no issues with it. Already, we discussed it at IPAC, and this decision was arrived at, that any voter who cast his ballot for Ekwadonko or GSP will be declared as rejected ballot. I mean, that has been the convention. It has been the practice all along. If a candidate withdraws and then the ballots are printed, they will not reprint again. What they will do is that if you complain on such a candidate, it becomes rejected. It's the same thing like what happened. Ekwadonko one, at the time of their candidate filing, if the candidate was successful, they would have had a new ballot. But unfortunately, their candidate was not successful, and the time limit was too short for them. So what they did is that just to allow it, so to serve as just like somebody who has withdrawn. So nobody should go in and complain for GSP. It will be classified as a rejected ballot. I mean, that has been the convention. We've been doing it all along. So with the NDC, we have no problem with that. We are okay with it.
Doc, will this not also lower the threshold for the 50+1 that a candidate needs to win an election?
I don't see that way, because clearly, if you look at the issue of rejected ballots, there are conditions like what you stated, the one the learned lawyer put and said the CI 127 40. Yes, clearly there are conditions of which a ballot can be discarded as rejected. This one, that candidate doesn't exist. That is what it means. The candidate doesn't exist. Okay, the fact that the candidate appeared, the picture still appeared on the ballot paper, doesn't mean that she is part of the contest. So it's outside the parameters of that regulation. And I don't think that one, the Electoral Commission has done anything wrong by declaring that route as rejected. I think we are good to go with it.
All right, Doc, thank you for talking to us. Dr. Tanko Rashid Computer is Deputy Director of Elections and IT for the NDC. And so if you just tuned in, the Electoral Commission says that all votes that will be cast for the GFP, that is Ghana Freedom Party, Ekwadonko's party, will be declared rejected ballots in the December 7 election. This is because though Madam Ekwadonko's image and logo are on the ballot paper, she is not part of the contest. Now, this is contained in a press release signed by the Deputy Chairman in charge of operations, Samuel Tete, in a press release that was released just some days ago. And the statement noted that in view of the fact that the image and party logo of the late Madam Ekwadonko remain on the ballot, the Commission will not count these votes as valid.
Stories. Haruna Mohammed is Deputy General Secretary of the NPP, and he is joining us with conversation on the same topic. Thank you so much for your time. We know that the EC says it has communicated this decision to the political parties. What do you make of that?
Thank you very much. I would like to say good afternoon to your charity viewers. And with this particular directive, I believe that we have had precedents in this particular area before when the assembly member contested for the election and he passed on. Eventually, we saw that the assembly member won the election, but there was no specific rule in the CI to be able to address that particular matter. We have to take a decision by the Electoral Commission to proceed to make declaration. On this particular matter, Ekwadonko passed on. The Electoral Commission had opened the platform for the party to come in. They were disqualified per the rules set by the game, which is CI 127. So we all know that Ekwadonko is not going to be in the race. And once he's not going to be in the race and a decision has been taken by the Commission that she will remain on the ballot, any vote for Ekwadonko becomes a rejected ballot. So for us, we don't have any issue, we don't have any problem. Once we have all agreed to this particular matter, I believe that it settles the results when the results are being declared. So we don't have anything against it. We've looked at the CI very carefully. We've also looked at the provisions in the Constitution where the determination of such matters is lies solely on the Electoral Commission to make and then also make sure that the political parties are duly consulted or informed so that we are well aware of the decisions and the rules of the game.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time. I have been engaging Haruna Mohammed, who is the Deputy General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party. We move to campaign tours now. The presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, has paid a courtesy call on the overlord of Dagban, Yana Abubakar Mahama II, at his Bewa Palace in the northern region. The courtesy call is part of the campaign by the NPP flag bearer to canvass for votes ahead of the elections. There's more.
Right, so the flag bearer of the MPP, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, is currently in a private meeting with the overlord of the Dagbon traditional area, Yana Abubakar Mahama II, and both of them are discussing private matters. Today is the day that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has concluded his campaign in the northern part of the country. He will continue stakeholder engagement, and also there will be a Bawumia Connect where he will sell his ideas to the people of Yendi for them to vote for him come December 7.
Right, my colleague Daniel Opoku has been on tour with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and he's joining me live for some updates on the back of that. Daniel, thank you so much for your time. I know it's been a busy moment for you for a couple of weeks now, but can you tell us where you are at the moment with the campaign team?
Right, so good afternoon to you. We are currently at Saboba in the northern parts of the country where Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is having a stakeholder engagement with the traditional leaders, also the clergy and the Muslim clergy. Yeah, this is a situation where it comes to them to sell his policies, and the major policies have to do with agriculture. We're talking about how strengthen the health facilities, completion of the Agenda 111, some before the end of this year, and the rest will be completed from next year. So currently the meeting is ongoing at the palace of Saboba, where the chiefs will also be telling him some of their concerns, or major of their, but one thing we have also identified has to do with their roads. With Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will be renewing his commitment to get those things fixed. Right after Saboba today, we'll be moving to Myong, where you also be engaging in stakeholder engagement and also having a Bawumia Connect. Then we're going to Tamale Central today to conclude the tour of the northern region.
Right, Daniel, before you take leave of us, how are the people reacting to his visit? Are they welcoming him well enough?
Right, so you can easily see and realize that the euphoria is very huge. Its acceptance rate has really increased. There are people who are really riding the motorbikes behind the vehicle that the vice president is in. They are really mobbed the vice president, and they are buying into his policy. So every constituency that we have visited within the past 3 days, they will see them clamoring to just trying to catch a glimpse of the vice president, and also brandishing the figure 1 that they are going to vote for Dr. Mahmoud to come December 7th. And most importantly, they see him as one of their own. But yesterday when we went to Wale, there was this proverb about when your mother is at the funeral, obviously you are not going to lack towards at you, or what you call the staple food. So the people really have accepted Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and they are ready to vote for him come December 7th.
Right. Daniel Opoku is a man on the grounds with the flag bearer of the new patriotic party, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who is on campaign tour currently in the northern parts of the country.
Let's go to the quarters of the NDC, because the presidential candidate of the party has given the strongest indication yet that under an NDC government, the Volta River Authority will not be sold. Workers have over the past weeks been agitating against reports of government sale of the state power asset. Speaking in Lower Amanyakrobo, John Mahama says the NDC government will resist any efforts aimed at selling VRA.
If we don't get the MPP party out in this election, what will happen is that one day somebody will come and say they have sold the country to him, so we should all pack our bags and leave. Because they want to sell everything to themselves. Go to Accra, go to Kumasi, go to Tamale, go to the regional capitals. Land that belongs to all of us. Houses that belong to all of us. Some were built by Nkrumah, some were built by Champo, some were built by Rawlings. They have taken it and sold to themselves. Recently, I was watching a video. VRA workers were demonstrating because MPP wants to sell VRA. But it won't happen because I know NDC is going to win.
And still with the NDC, its vice presidential candidate, Professor Jane Nana Opoku Ajuman, has promised to champion the cause of women as vice president. She says majority of women are the backbone of their families, and if they are economically empowered, there would be peace in homes and the country at large. She was speaking on campaign platforms in the northern region.
The NDC vice presidential candidates campaigned in Tolon, Tamale North and Sabelungu constituencies on her last day of campaign in the northern region. has Tolon to pay the courtesy call on the Wibu Lana, who appealed for some developments in the community. Professor Nana Jane and the team also had a community engagement with the chiefs and people of Nyankala at the Nyankalana Palace. Here, the chief thanked the NDC for providing them with infrastructural development during their term in office and asked that if giving the nod again, they should extend to them other infrastructural developments such as modern markets and potable drinking water. Professor Nana Jane was grateful for the warm reception and appealed to the people to return the parliamentary seat back to the NDC, which they lost to the MPP in 2020.
I hear that, tell me whether it's true or not, but I hear that for the past 8 years, we invited our friends on the other side to come for a seat. Is it true? But when we gave the mantle to them, we don't bring the water. That's why I'm saying that the place here is simple. You understand everything already. Clap for yourself.
At a meeting with identifiable women groups and professionals in Tamale, Professor Nana Jane asked the women to vote massively for the NDC flag bearer John Mahama and the parliamentary candidate Hassan Suhini. She promised to champion the cause of women as vice president and also charged the youth not to engage in social vices, as there is hope for them if John Mahama becomes president.
I know that the expectations are very high. I've been told again and again, now you must come and solve the problems of the women. What I can promise now is to carry your concerns forward.
At the Yuan Palace in Savilungu, the NDC vice presidential candidate called on the chiefs and his subjects to ensure there is peace before, during and after the December elections. Evelyn Tinkma, TV3 News, Savilungu.
Here in the studio, I am Godwin Asideba. Northern Regional Security Task Force for Election 2024 has given a strong indication of its preparedness to ensure the elections are peaceful. The Security Task Force has also assured journalists and media houses in the region of police protection in the coverage of the elections. Speaking at a press engagement in Tamale, Chairman of the Security Task Force, DCOP, Eric Ken Winfell, appealed to journalists in the region for their cooperation. Let's start base with my colleague Christopher Mwako, who is at the media engagement for details on the back of that. Chris, many thanks for your time. What is the assurances from the task force in dealing with security issues?
So, Godwin, the Regional Security Task Force actually assured journalists that they were going to, as it were, give them protection, especially media houses, in the electioneering period, starting from today onwards. And what they are actually saying is that in order to ensure that issues of misinformation, hate speech does not take over the airwaves, they are going to give the media some liaison officers so that the liaison officers will serve as a link between the security task force and the media. Let's take a listen to what the police commander has been telling the media.
Things don't help. Unverified information, misinformation, disinformation, and what don't help. And therefore, we are striving towards 100% accuracy. And 99% will not take us anywhere. It's 100% that we are all looking for. And I believe that we will all go through and ensure that this 100% is achieved. It's not rockets in the sky. It's something that is achievable. And therefore, as part of the police action, which my other brother will speak to it, how the media gets information, how they verify, how they also give us information for us to ensure that anything that goes on is the truth,
Grace.
Nothing but the truth. So, and this will be one election that everybody will clap for us. Not for me as a police, not for us, but for Ghana, that we have done well. And I believe that for us to do that, you have to join us. And it's in that vein that I'll let them talk.
Christopher Marco is my colleague in the northern region.
The Member of Parliament for WeekendCentral, Canada, Japan, has urged residents in the Ivalue Ajomoro-Jura constituency to reject the opposition National Democratic Congress (NDC) in the December 7 general election. Speaking at a mini rally in Jura-Banso, he emphasized the importance of safeguarding the free SHS policy.
The Member of Parliament for WeekendCentral, Canada, Japan, told the gathering that the ruling New Patriotic Party is the only development-oriented political party, highlighting its role in bringing economic growth to Ghana. He also stressed the critical role the free SHS and technical and vocational education and training TVET program play in the nation's development and the future of its youth.
I'll go before the president and tell him what I have seen and witnessed myself. Any network here, the vocation paying for say, Niamaba, who are having Catherine Bettina Winnie, no Tabao, we are Bettina Winnie. I found on the two harmonious and network.
The NPP parliamentary candidate Catherine Ablema Afeku acknowledged the government's development initiatives in the area, including the construction of health facilities and community sheds.
School time, the car time. When you have any one dance here, the contract of my finance. Wow, why would you have dance? Kennedy, any party,
The chief of Jura-Banso, Nana Ete Akrade II, expressed gratitude to the government for providing better opportunities for young people in the area.
We move to Asan South now. The National Commission for Civic Education, NCCE, and some traditional leaders in the Asan South district have criticized the NDC parliamentary candidate and another independent candidate contesting the Asan South constituency seat for failing to attend a public dialogue. The NDC's Kofi Beidu and Joseph Kofi Damche, an independent candidate, did not show up for the event, leaving the incumbent MP, Reverend Ntim Forjo, as the only candidate in attendance. The Asan South constituency is one of the New Patriotic Party strongholds in the central region. As part of its mandate, the National Commission for Civic Education organizes public dialogues to inform the public and provide an opportunity for constituents to engage with candidates. After a delay to wait for all candidates to arrive, incumbent MP Reverend Ntim Forjo became the only candidate present, forcing the organizers to proceed with the event.
To communicate, they have very little understanding of what governance is about, the plight of the people, and how to break it down sector by sector to understand the challenges every community in this district has, and the action taken about it, the steps taken to ameliorate those challenges, the massive investment put into development sector by sector, agri, social development, education, health, water and sanitation. They have no clue. They're just going around peddling lies and propaganda and going on hate campaign. So with that kind of posture and clearly lacking a message, you cannot participate confidently on such a decent platform. So we're expecting them to come so we debate on issues. We're expecting them to come so we debate on vision. We're expecting them to come so we debate on track record. We're expecting them to come so we debate on what we have to offer in service for our people. But obviously they have run away. At the national level, same is happening. Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, the next president of Ghana, because he is confident of his bold solutions for the future and his incredible track record, is poised to face all the other fellows contesting for presidency anytime. But consistently they are running away, particularly John Mahama. They keep running away, and that is the same thing reflecting here. The NDC candidate has run away, the independent candidate has run away. And they do things together. Independent candidates and NDC in this community do everything together. They do propaganda together, and they are running away from debate together.
In exactly 2 weeks to election 2024, and here at your Election Command Center, we are poised to bring you absolutely nothing but the best. You're still watching Weekend Central here on TV3. I am Godwin Asideba. We are taking a quick commercial break. We'll be back shortly. Stay with us.
Who is the biggest liar in Ghana? Let's see what Google says. It looks like Dr. Baumia. Yes, it's him.
In the northern part of our country where you come from, Andamono, can you beat your chest and say, yeah, this signature project in the north?
I think the most important project here in the north since independence, a Pualugu Dam project.
Okay.
Is the biggest investment. We're here as a signature project, and in Ebeda #1, so there's no doubt about that.
A few moments later,
I have no doubt in my mind, and I was championing the Pualugu Dam. We have not yet been able to do it, but by the grace of God, I believe we are going to do the Pualugu Dam. It has to be done.
Hey, no more lies. Enough is enough. Ghana deserves better. Let's bring back someone who delivers.
Vote John Dramani Mahama for president. Trustworthy, honest, and reliable. Vote for change. Choose the umbrella. Vote John Dramani Mahama and the NDC.
I'm a Ghanaian, and I love luxury accredited faith, and I love democracy.
December 7th, Ghana is voting.
Only peace. Peace, I give it to you all.
I love Ghana.
Peaceful election before, during, and after.
One Ghana.
Peace. Peace to everybody.
One Ghana. Ghana Bakumpe.
This message brought to you from the luxury accredited faith.
Champion.
In the beginning, life feels heavy. But then, hope arrives. Star 446# saves you in the Dewa Chop Money draw at 10 a.m.
Congratulations.
Give your dream a chance. Give better. Like life, Dewa 539 gives another chance to those who missed their morning Chop Money draw to get lucky in the daily Dewa Rush Hour draw at 1:30 p.m.
Play every day. And you draw no so shall I. Dial star 446#. Nika Dewa 539 direct lotto no. Net 7 o'clock and you may be
24 hours. 3 daily draws at 10 a.m., 1:30 p.m. and 7 p.m. Dewa 539 is designed to save you in the moments that matter most. Play every day, win every day. Dewa after.
Uncle!
Aww. This Christmas is giving.
It's giving!
Are you ready, kids?
Sis, is the jollof ready?
It must be for kudos!
Jollof is ready!
This Christmas, it's giving the best in entertainment on DSTV. Grab a DSTV decoder or reconnect to your existing subscription and be entertained.
Now this is giving. Thank you!
Black Friday, beardo, Black Friday, beardo. Black Friday, beardo, na Black Friday, beardo. Tafa, reduction sales for more appliances. Tafa, deep freezers in the microwave. Yeah, take so. TV in the sound system. Yeah, take so. Air conditioning cooker. Yeah, take so.
prices now your local. Cap from Black Friday Super Sale up until 6th December 2024. Fellow countrymen and women, the desperate NPP, realizing that they are losing the 2024 elections, has once again resorted to lies to smear the nation builder, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. The NPP's claim that Mahama was against free SHS and will cancel it when elected is nothing but a barefaced lie calculated to deceive you. John Mahama started the implementation of the progressively free SHS program in 2015 with day students and had a clear plan to expand the program to cover borders, hence cannot be said to be against free SHS. What he has been against is the poor implementation of the program. Contrary to the lies of the NPP, the next NDC Mahama government will improve the implementation of the free SHS program to make it better. We will do this by scrapping the double track system, provide a dedicated source of funding for the program, include private SHS, improve the feeding of our children, and enhance the quality of learning outcomes. Listen to the truth from the horse's own mouth.
Free senior high school education has come to stay. If anybody tells you that I, John Dramani Mahama, son of E. Mahama, will abolish free SHS when I come, tell the person he's a bloody liar. What I'm against is the poor implementation of the free SHS, which is creating great inconvenience for the parents, for the students, and for the teachers. And one of the things we'll do when we come back into office, and I know inshallah we're coming back into office, is to complete the 200 community day schools that we began, so that we can bring a quick end to the double track system.
Beware of the NPP's lies. Vote for change. Vote for John Mahama and the NDC.
Welcome back. This is Weekend Central on TV3. We're also live on DSTV channel 279. My name is Grace Hamwajman. Let's do a lot more stories this afternoon. The Meltwater Entrepreneurial School of Technology, MEST Africa, in partnership with the MasterCard Foundation, is calling for applications for the second cohorts of the EdTech Fellowship in Ghana following the successful completion of the first cohort's acceleration program. This announcement comes after the first cohort of 12 startups showcased their solutions to a panel of investors, industry experts, and education leaders in Accra. We'll bring you the details of the stories later. Let's do some more stories and go to the Ashanti region because it's exactly 100 years since the 13th Asantehene Nana Ajuman Prempeh I returned from exile in Seychelles. The Menchia Palace is today celebrating the contribution of the former king to the Asante Kingdom with a grand durbar. My colleague Ibrahim Abubakar joins us from the palace for live updates. Ibrahim, how significant is this event to the people of Ashanti and which dignitaries are expected to grace the occasion?
Grace, Nana Prempeh I is seen as a savior of the Ashanti people, and during the colonial era, you know, the Asantis resisted colonialism and fought with the British several times, until in 1896 when the British came prepared to conquer the Asante. Now, realizing that his people were not adequately prepared for the war, he had to present himself, and he was taken into exile by the British. First, he was sent to the Elmina Castle, where he spent 1 year, and later sent to Freetown in Sierra Leone, where he spent 3 years before, and finally being taken to Seychelles, where he survived for 24 years before being returned to the Asante Kingdom. So they see him to be the savior of the Asante Kingdom, like I said, because, but not for that sacrifice, the British would have kind of slaughtered most of the Ashantis and even conquered the Asante Kingdom in the whole. So today, like you said, marks exactly 100 years since he returned from Seychelles, and they are organizing this grand durbar to honor his contribution to the development of the Asante Kingdom. And as we speak, we are expecting the president of Seychelles to grace this occasion, and also the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, to also grace this occasion, together with some political heads and other diplomats who in some few minutes will be coming here. Then we'll see that Santini also coming out from the palace to begin with the Deba.
Ibrahim, we know that we're in an election year, and judging from how political parties have intensified their campaigns in the region across the country, have you spotted some of them campaigning at the Deba grounds yet?
Well, campaign has not started yet so far, but I've spotted 1-2 people in some party T-shirts, even though earlier there was a strong warning that no political party or political activist should come here and conduct any form of campaigning activity, nor come here with even party paraphernalia, because they want this program to be out of politics, and everybody can come here, even though we know political heads will be here. But the Deputy Chief of Staff for Mensha, Lawrence Prempe, has been advising political activists not to come here and engage in any form of political campaign. Let's listen to what he has been telling the media before this event.
Otufo does not get involved in politics. We are a traditional authority. So this is not an occasion for any political party to come and showcase their paraphernalia here. So everybody, no political party will be allowed to come here with party colors. Nobody will be allowed to wear any party T-shirt or any paraphernalia of a party. So let the public know that this is a major traditional event with foreign dignitaries attending. We don't want to see any politicking over here.
Ibrahim, thank you for bringing us those updates, and we wish Asanteman and all celebrants the best.
Meltwater Entrepreneurial School of Technology, MEST Africa, in partnership with the Mastercard Foundation, is calling for applications for the second cohort of the EdTech Fellowship in Ghana following the successful completion of the first cohort's acceleration program. This announcement comes after the first cohort of 12 startups showcased their solutions to a panel of investors, industry experts, and education leaders in Accra.
Over the past 5 years, the Mastercard Foundation Education Technology Fellowship has supported 12 companies in 7 countries, benefiting over 800,000 learners. By 2025, the initiative aims to scale up, supporting 400 companies and impacting 1.8 million young people.
I'm flabbergasted with the amount of achievement we've seen coming through. And it kind of shows us that we're not short of innovative, locally developed ideas. And what we need to provide is the space, the capacity building for these ideas to grow and bridge the gaps that Africa sees the challenges in education.
The demonstration day provided a platform for showcasing solutions developed by fellows and engaging stakeholders, including policymakers, investors and educators. The exhibition highlighted innovations addressing critical educational challenges.
Mastercard Foundation, we've set for ourselves an ambitious target to enable 30 million work opportunities on the African continent by the year 2030. And we believe that education, right, even using technology, we can give access to education for young people on the continent. For instance, right, as a foundation, inclusion is important to the work that we do. We had, the blind, the deaf can talk solution that you saw there. So seeing solutions like that being developed in Africa, in the country, that is really, for me, it's been an inspiring time.
In partnership with MEST Africa, stakeholders explored the theme, the future of education technology in Africa.
Let's just say with issues of education, because the Conference of Heads of Assisted Schools say a failure of government to pay them arrears could potentially grind the administration of senior high schools across the country to a halt. According to the school heads, debts owed in fees and for carton food items across the country have been in arrears since 2021. In a leaked letter to the Education Minister, the school heads also fear possible shortage of food as critical food items have not been supplied for months now. Well, Kwesi Kwarteng is Education Ministry PRO. He joins us with some answers to these questions by chat. Mr. Kwarteng, thank you for joining us. First off, what steps is the ministry taking to address the arrears owed to schools, particularly regarding recurrent fees and food supply delays?
All right, thank you very much. The letter also came to my attention through your producers, particularly the one in the media. If we check the date of the letter, I understand it's the 13th of November. But just last week, I mean, referring to the just ended week, we released even an amount of 50 million Ghana cedis to clear the outstanding monies or payments to take care of the recurrent expenditure. So it was even the more reason why before I agreed to shoot your ask the date of the letter. So the concerns were legitimate and valid, but the ministry has taken steps to address them, particularly when it comes to the recurring expenditure. Even at the SHS level, it's not even a recurrent expenditure. It's rather 30% of payment that has to go into the payment of perishables. You know, the food items, 70% are distributed by suppliers through the buffer stock company. And then the remaining 30% are paid directly to the headmasters to be able to take care of perishable food items. Just last week, the just ended week, we released an amount of 50 million in that regard. I think when it comes to the complaint about some food items to the fact that they are not in the school, of course, I will not be in Accra and deny such claims. I mean, it is a possibility because you have 18 food items that are distributed by suppliers to the school. It is possible that at some point, maybe a school may not have the full complement, one or two food items may not be there. But the assurance that I had was that even before this letter came out, intervention has been made and food has been supplied to the schools. Even as I speak to you, trucks have been loaded, and hopefully by Monday, even all schools or schools that may not have the full complement of the food items, I mean, some may have 17 and may not have, let's say, the full 18. Some may also have 16, may not have the full 18. Hopefully by Monday, if there are any such challenges, it should be resolved. But my understanding is that all schools have food items to be able to cater for them. Of course, there could be genuine instances where one or two items are not present, but I am not able to confirm that. But the understanding that I have is that there are arrangements to even address, I mean, such concerns if there is any.
All right, Mr. Kwarteng, thank you for speaking to us. We'll check again with Charles and our reporters, especially by Monday when these food items are expected to get to these schools. Kwesi Kwarteng is PRO of the Education Ministry.
Member of Parliament for North Tongue Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa has described comments by Chief of Staff Frema Osei Opare as in relation to the revelation about expired rice that was allegedly rebagged to the senior high schools as the height of recklessness. The MP said the Chief of Staff should have looked, I beg your pardon, at the facts of the matter and investigated before making her comments. For a member of the Baumia campaign team, Kwajopoku technocrats within the state agencies should be held liable. Here are the views of panelists who appeared on the key point earlier today.
On the 20th of December 2023, the Ashanti Regional Police Command and the FDA received an alert. And God bless that patriot, that good Samaritan. I don't know him or her, never met him or her, but that person is a real hero in this matter, in this scandal. The alert was that at the National Food Buffer Stock Company storage facility in Bokrom, Kumasi, the Buffer Stock Company storage facility in Kumasi, at the time the alert came, out of the 22,050 kg bags of Moshosho rice from India, they had rebagged 15,000. If you mean well, you care about the health of our children, why were you secretly, clandestinely, transferring the rice into new bags?
This is a matter of criminality, if it's true. The CID, and I've seen letters from CID investigating this, and we should insist on the CID finishing their investigation, prosecutions done, and people go to jail, if it's true, right? And I doubt, because there's a lot of documents in front of Honorable Ablakwa that shows.
This is a topic that definitely interests us here at Media General, and we will definitely be keeping an eye on the matter and update you subsequently. We are going for another break, and do remember, you're watching Weekend Central here on TV3, also streaming across the world on Facebook at TV3 Ghana. My name is Godwin Asideba. We're back shortly. Stay with us.
I've seen more demonstrations and strikes in my first 2 years. I don't think it can get worse in the second 2 years. I have the dead goat syndrome.
Dada Noir. On December 7th, vote for integrity, competency, and development. Esuro.
This October to December, King's Furniture says, thank you, Ghana. Enjoy a whopping 25% off on all our domestic kitchen, wardrobes, and sofas. Upgrade your home with the finest furniture, crafted right here in Ghana. And for your office, we're offering 20% discount on all office furniture because your workspace deserves the best. Whether it's for home or office, now's the time to make your space truly yours and give the gift of comfort and style to your loved ones. Hooray! Promo is from October 1st and ends December 31st, 2024. Visit King's Furniture Showroom today and enjoy these incredible discounts. Locate us in Accra, Kisima, adjacent Melco, and Takrade, Tanokrum, Pipeline, right opposite Connect FM, or call us on 050-150-5507 Accra and 050-133-2327. King's Furniture sets a standard. And a big thank you to Ghana.
I am a Christian and I belong to the Assemblies of God Church. Ordinarily, building a house of God is something that we all do. I contributed monies in my local Assemblies of God branch to build our church. And it's created an environment for us to praise and worship our God. But I don't condone stealing in the name of God. And that is what has happened in the case of this National Cathedral. And we are sure that public funds were not going to be used for the National Cathedral. Unfortunately, we hear that 300 and something million has gone into it. Where did those payments go? Were they justified? Who did they go to? These are all things that we have to unravel. And I think that that is the first thing we do before we even decide what to do with that huge pit. And if people have, illegally and unlawfully taking the monies of the people of Ghana, they must be made to refund those monies.
Vote John Dramani Mahama for president. Trustworthy, honest, and reliable. Vote for change. Choose the umbrella. Vote John Dramani Mahama and the NDC.
This festive season, it's time to go big and go loud, because with GoTV, Bronya City. From match days and movie days to local stories, big little adventures.
Really?
It's unmatched entertainment for the whole family.
Yes.
GoTV brings the joy anytime, anywhere. Get your festive season sorted. Get GoTV.
Just look for the umbrella! The umbrella! Mahama and the umbrella!
24-hour economy.
Obiya Bedidi! me, what the rent lava? And yes, I'm mistaken. You know, ballot paper number one. I dear back pet and a wash. Chiniano. Oh, Samu. Yano. And I can say Yano. What you need to be Kumsono, who Mamma Pecha. Ninifasono, box to be a hawk. For Kokomuti, Tim Box, Linquemo, a damn young man here. So, what paper was so clean and so was so ballot paper.
Senior Bear, Inkino, Enkikumu, and say Waban.
Sabe, Pemuniaba, Nessa Cobessa, what to Abano Senwa, who points so what you for floor, no better to me. You want to engulf me in catastrophic quagga, eh? Who pass a mamma? Only me tell started to about. Say, you me to Abama, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, and can 1960 about one or maybe cut off. Hey, Lord, and I won't say that. So, what to Abana was saying now? Who quite all quite for no better to ye. Maintain that, and the and now what's it? Empon Kokra and Berua, I are for Sabi, almost with them, and it will be on 1 year. So, we will be with the 18 years and above. I would think, dear, who bet me the account, no, what to Abany ye. Irrefutably simple. Thank you for this enlightenment. My two rent. Kayo, not to obey my John Mahama. For we cook with kitchen box the noir. And watching any jump.
Vote right for John Mahama.
Welcome back. This is Weekend Central on TV3. I had never seen a medical doctor before, said newly inducted Dr. Ebenezer Ayine Akane, a brilliant but needy science student from Navrongo Senior High School who scored a distinction in the 2017 WASI with 8 A's. But without financial support, his dream seemed out of reach. TV3 story, which highlighted his struggle, prompted support from Ecobank Ghana Limited. There's more in this report.
In 2017, TV3 aired the story of Ebenezer Ayine Akane, a brilliant 17-year-old who performed exceptionally well in the West African Senior School Certificate examination. However, his dream of becoming an engineer was at risk due to financial constraint. Today, Dr. Ebenezer Ayine Akane is one of the 498 newly inducted medical doctors and dental practitioners.
I remember 2017, I just finished writing WASI and I didn't know how possible life would have been. But then through the kind support of Ecobank with help from TV3 with the coverage, it has not been easy. Based on studying and all, but I think there has been a lot of support, which I think it wouldn't have been possible. I wouldn't have been able to see this achievement of becoming a medical doctor without the support from these organizations and many individuals. So I just feel grateful, and I think I'm very excited and happy for that.
Robed in white coats, with their names embossed on them, the newly inducted doctors danced to the tunes. This remarkable achievement would not have been possible without the financial support from Ecobank.
Somewhere August, September in 2017, there was a news item on TV3. So we took it upon ourselves and said, look, let's see how we can work together to get him admission and for the bank to cater for, the entire cost of having medical education. So in 2018, we really got the admission to the UDS School of Medicine. And fast track to today, it's been 6-7 years. Ebenezer has been inducted as a medical doctor. This is what we saw in 2017, and we are very happy by the grace of God. Ebenezer is a successful doctor.
The family of Dr. Ebenezer Ayine Akane expressed their gratitude to TV3 and Ecobank Ghana for their contribution to this significant milestone.
A huge congratulations to him. The Member of Parliament for Ablekuma West, Esla Owusu-Ekufo, has appealed to the government to immediately take an action to construct a sea defense wall at Bebeshi, Shaibu in Dansoman to protect residents from the devastating effects of tidal waves. She expressed deep concern over the escalating destruction caused by tidal waves, which have displaced several families in her constituency.
400 meters into the sea. Now it's all gone. This gentleman that I called, Overmars, he had a huge beach resort here with residential accommodation for hire, a guest house on it. It's all gone. This is Dansoman Beach, which was just like Labadi Beach. It's all gone.
Okay, but you did mention that the finance ministry is what we are looking at for now to provide some funding so the construction can start.
Yes.
If you can reiterate that point for us.
We've done everything that we have to do. We have done everything we have to do for the finance minister to empower the Ministry of Works and Housing to engage a contractor to do that. The contractor has done the feasibility studies. Everything is ready. They have approved it at the finance ministry. All that is left is for them to issue a commencement certificate for the contractor. He's not even asking for money now. The work will take some time. But for him to do the emergency work that will protect the rest of the beach and reclaim some of the land that has already been lost, he has to start now. And so we are appealing to the finance ministry to issue the commencement certificate as a matter of urgency. If you see where we are standing, the gutter itself has been washed away. The road itself is being eroded by the sea. We don't know when the next tidal wave will hit. We don't know if this street will survive. If the sea collapses the road, it enters the entire community. All of us are at risk. This is a disaster. It is a natural disaster. It is an emergency. So we're appealing to kind-hearted individuals and corporate organizations to come and support us and help the afflicted individuals. Hundreds of residents have already lost their homes. We don't want more to lose their homes than is necessary. Let's end the cycle of destruction here.
10 years ago, how many individuals were staying here, and how many individuals say have been displaced as a result
approximately
of this situation?
10 years ago is too far. 4 years ago. 4 years ago, we walked on this beach to campaign, to interact with people. We built sheds for fishermen here. Canoes were landing here in Shia.
Climate change is real, and it is definitely causing a lot, not just in Dansoman. When you go to some houses along Jamestown, you can clearly see that the waters are eating up the houses, especially when it gets to the evening and then the water rises to a certain level. And I believe that the sea defense wall, it's definitely important for residents, because there are some people that you will try to engage and then you realize that they've been able to try their best to, use some sun to
do
always...
their own means of defense.
Exactly. But at the end of the day...
The sea overpowers it all the time.
Exactly. And it's actually really sad. And I think that this is a good call, and an action should be taken.
To act very fast.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. So do pick up your phones as well and join us on Instagram, where you can follow us to get to have all the news updates. It is 3news.gh.com on Instagram. We have everything from the elections to sports, entertainment,
business, everything. Everything you want to look out for, we have it on our page. Follow us at 3news.gh on Instagram, and you're good to go.
Right. Well, it's almost time for us to go. Yes. I love your dress, by the way.
Thank you, Gordon. It was made by Malo.
Okay.
Yes, I equally love it.
Right.
Thank you so much.
I absolutely love mine as well. This was made by Nikwe Designs. It's been a pleasure coming your way, serving you with absolutely nothing but the best in the world of news. I'm Godwin Asideba.
My name is Grace Hamuajiman. See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.